Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mugam Garudi Vachalam Pangam Langedagiri Mitkrapatam Hamande Shri Guru Dina Taranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishra. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, I would like to welcome all of you for our study of Sri Bhagavad Gita. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So last week we discussed chapter number 2. What was the last verse we discussed?
Verse number 26, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. So we did till 26. Yeah. From 27 we need to do today. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Yep. So verse number 27 onwards, or no, verse number 27, he speaks about, again, this is the continuation of the science of the soul. Krishna is speaking about the birth and death cycle. He is saying that birth and death cycle is inevitable, means we cannot avoid it. Now let's see. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur. Please recite.
Hare Krishna. Jadasya hi dhruvo mrityur.
Dhruvam janma mritasya cha.
Dhruvam janma mritasya cha.
Tasmad apariharyarte.
Tasmad apariharyarte.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Natvam shochitum arhasi. Hare Krishna. Translation: one who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So, one who has taken birth is sure to die. So, this is inevitable. That is why Krishna is saying this is inevitable. And after death, one is sure to take birth again. If he is still in this material world, if the soul is qualified to go to the spiritual world, then no birth again. If not, if he is not qualified to go to the spiritual world, then again there will be birth. And the birth, we are not sure in which form. It could be human form, it could be animal, according to our karma, according to what we have done in our past lives, not one life, past lives, and what are the desires in our heart, accordingly we'll get a body. So the birth and death is inevitable in this material world. This is the point here. Krishna is saying that. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. So Krishna is telling him that you are a Kshatriya, you have to do your duty, that you have to establish the dharma, that's your duty as a Kshatriya. You cannot run away from your duty, and you should not lament for something, because birth and death is inevitable. It will happen anyway. If you kill, or if you are going to fight and kill them, in the sense their body, or they will anyway die. So this birth and death is inevitable. So you don't mix your duty with something which is anyway going to happen. So like that Krishna is saying. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport that the cycle of birth and death does not support unnecessary murder, slaughter and war. So see, here Krishna is saying that natural birth and death actually. But if you are killing somebody, unauthorized killing. So this, see, the killing or the fight in a religious, in a dharma yuddha is as per the scriptural injunctions. It is not some transgress of the scriptural injunctions. It is as per the scriptures, it is as per the authority. So there is no wrong, or we can say that violence is inevitable. The reason is that to establish dharma, sometimes we need to accept violence, and such dharma yuddhas are a result of, that dharma yuddha or war is inevitable in that case. And those dharma, war or war based on the dharma is completely authorized. So it's not unauthorized. So we don't have to worry about it. But what Prabhupada mentions is that unnecessary murder and slaughter and war, even war also. Now what is happening in the current world? There is war. It's not a religious war. It is not at all a religious war. What is happening? Whatever problems with two countries now is based on their false ego, nothing else. It's not based on any scriptures. It is not at all based on any any establishment of dharma, like what happened in the Kurukshetra war. So this is completely based on false ego. So we cannot consider this to be a religious, what to say, the dharma yuddha between the war between two countries of this current world, which is completely based on false ego. That will indulge in or incur karmas for sure, for all. Whoever is participating, whoever is encouraging to do that, everybody will be going through the karma cycle. And that is violence, and that we should not do. That is unnecessary war or unnecessary slaughter, even slaughter of animals. It's unnecessary. And murdering somebody based on nothing, which is all not good. So that is not what Krishna is telling here. Krishna is telling about the war or death or birth happens in a religious war. So Prabhupada says further, but at the same time, violence and war are inevitable factors in human society for keeping law and order. So for keeping law and order as per the codes, as per the law and order of the society, as per the scriptures also giving that how to maintain law and order as per the dharma. So for that sometimes violence and war is required, which is okay, which is completely acceptable. Otherwise it is not acceptable. So the battle of Kurukshetra, being the will of the Supreme, was an inevitable event. And to fight for the right cause is the duty of a Kshatriya. So it's an inevitable war, and Arjuna has to fight. As a Kshatriya, he has to participate in the war. So there is a right cause for it actually. So like that. So that's what Krishna is saying here. Not to be discouraged. Please, do your duty. Now let's go ahead. 28. Avyaktadini bhutani. Someone please.
Hare Krishna. Avyaktadani bhutani.
Vyakta madhyani bharata.
Vyakta madhyani bharata.
Avyakta nidhananyeva.
Avyakta nidananyeva.
Tatra ka paridevana.
Tatra ka paridevana. Translation. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? Hare Krishna.
So Krishna is now here in the 28th verse, he is saying, all living beings are invisible in their beginning. Means all created beings are unmanifested in the beginning, manifesting in the interim state, unmanifest again when annihilated. So what is this manifest, unmanifest and all? It's simple. We don't have to complicate with the word. Means all living beings are invisible in their beginning. Means before birth they are invisible, of course, for us. And manifest means it become visible, manifest in their interim state during the lifetime. Means when the when the living entity is taking birth, then its manifest state, and that's called as interim state, and that's the lifetime. During the lifetime we are able to see everything, perceive it, and again after death again it is becoming invisible or unmanifested. So in this case, so Krishna is saying that before birth it is invisible, and after death is also invisible, and during the lifetime, yes, it is manifest. That is only for some time. So there was a state which was unmanifested or invisible before the birth and even after the birth also, after the death also. So you don't have to why you lament actually. So this is inevitable process. This cycle will happen anyway. So you don't have to worry about it, Krishna is saying. So again, but please remember, we are talking about, see, the soul and the body. See, soul will accept a body, and that body is what we see currently, when during the lifetime. When the body is lost, this body is lost, soul will take up another body. So that is what is happening. So there is a manifestation and unmanifestation process. See, this process even exists for even the entire material world. The entire material world, or we can say material world, consists of billions and billions of universes, and all these universes comes from the body of Mahavishnu in the beginning of creation. So this process happens, and that's a creation process. There is an annihilation process wherein all the universes are going inside his body. So basically speaking, in this material world there is a state of called as manifestation and manifestation. Manifested state means which when it comes out, or when it is active. Unmanifested state means when it is taken back, or annihilation stage. So that is applicable. The same principle of manifestation and manifestation happens for each and every living entity also. So we can understand in that way. Okay. Now Prabhupada gives an example here. A big skyscraper manifested from the earth, right? My skyscraper is what a building. It is manifested from the earth means so many things we are using. Cement is using, metal is using, bricks are using, so many things which has the material or ingredients which is made from earth element, and we are building something. When it is dismantled, the manifestation becomes again unmanifested. Means, for example, if we are crushing, completely destroying the building, what will happen? It will become part of the soil, correct? It will part of the earth. So there was a state when it was there, manifested, and when it is dismantled, there is no manifestation. The manifestation becomes again unmanifested and remains as atoms in the ultimate state. So basically, this is what is happening. We are not talking about the soul. Krishna is mentioning that this is the condition of the body. The body is manifested for some time, it is annihilated. You don't have to worry about all these things. This is what Krishna is saying. Krishna is not speaking about the soul. So for soul, we know that soul is not getting destroyed, or it cannot be killed, etc. We already discussed that before. So yeah, that's what we can understand here. Let's go to the 29th verse. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम्. Please.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदयेनम्.
आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः
आश्चर्यवद् वदति तथैव चान्यः
आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति
आश्चर्यवशैनम् अन्यः शृणोति
श्रुत्वापि येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
श्रुत्वापि येनं वेद नश्चैव कश्चित्.
Good.
Translation: Some look on the soul as amazing. Some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, bro. So here Krishna is saying the amazing nature of the soul. Some say that ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. Some say that soul is amazing or see the soul as amazing. Ascharyavat vadati tadaiva chaniya. Some describe the soul as ascharya. Ascharya means amazing basically. Some describe the soul as amazing. Some see the soul as amazing. Ascharyavat chainam anya. Some hear of the soul as amazing. Shrudtvapi enam vedana chaiva kaschit. Others, even after hearing, cannot know it. So basically, Krishna is saying that the soul, the concept, all our understanding of soul is amazing or astonishing. It's not, not everybody can understand it. That's the point. Because the reason is that the soul is atomic, right? We know that it's very, very small as per the size. We already discussed that tip of the hair when it is cut into 10,000 times. That's the size. Again, that's a general figure. We already discussed that in the previous sessions. So though the soul is atomic, it exists and spreads throughout the body, right? So in the sense, throughout the body, in the sense, soul is present in the body of a small virus or microbe, even in a big gigantic elephant also. Size of the soul is same, even in the microbe and even the body of the elephant, no difference. So, but the soul is existing in the microbe and also in the elephant. That is the reason the elephant and microbe is active. The body is active. So, but and also we have already seen before that. So that's one thing. Soul is present, and because of that presence of the soul, there is consciousness in a gigantic elephant and also in a small microbial or microorganism, could be bacteria, virus, or whatever. In two extremes, we are just saying that in the two extremes, soul is present, and because of the presence of the soul, there is consciousness in the body, or in the sense consciousness or activity, or it is active. The microbe is active, also the elephant is active. That's something astonishing. That is something amazing. That's one point. Second point is that though the soul is present in the body of a gigantic elephant or in a microorganism, yet, see any living entity, let us take all the living entities, but that soul is not touched by the bodily changes. We have discussed before what are the 6 changes in the body happens to the body. Remember, there is a birth, there is a state of growth stage is there, then there is a stagnant stage, there is a decline phase and death, right? 6 transformation we already discussed. I hope all of you remember that. So this bodily changes doesn't happen. This bodily changes doesn't affect the soul. Soul is constant. So these are something amazing, astonishing. That is why Krishna is saying, and it's not everybody can understand it. So means there are so many contradictory qualities for the soul, right? There are contradictory qualities. So that is why people say that it is amazing or astonishing. So that's the meaning of the verse basically. Okay, now let's go ahead. Prabhupada mentions a few points here. Let us go through it. The fact of the atomic soul is within the body of the gigantic animal, in the body of a gigantic banyan tree. So, gigantic banyan tree also see, or an animal, big animal, or microorganism, microbic germs, millions and billions of which occupy only an inch of space is certainly very amazing. Means the biggest banyan tree you take, the size of the soul is very size of the soul is same, as I mentioned, in the microbe and also in the banyan tree. This is something amazing, right? So like that, other amazement we already discussed. Now he mentions few more points. The easiest process for understanding this kind of subject matter of self means about the soul, is however to accept the statements of Bhagavad Gita spoken by the greatest authority. So Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is the greatest authority, and he is giving us all this information. He is teaching us, so we can accept it completely. That is what here Prabhupada mentions. Then here Prabhupada says further, but it also requires a great deal of penance and sacrifice, either in this life or in the previous ones, before one is able to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So means it is not easy to accept or accept the supremacy of Krishna. It's not easy as everybody says. So it requires some qualification. The reason all of us are sitting here is because of something by the mercy of some devotees, Vaishnavas in our previous lives, some sukriti we have got, or some kind of something related to bhakti we have done in the previous life. We don't know, there could be multiple reasons why we are here. So that is the reason. So it's not easily obtainable for everybody. There should be some mercy behind it. So that is why what Prabhupada mentions here, that it requires some penance and sacrifice. Penance means some austerities we have to take. Sacrifice means some austerities and from some tapasyas we have to take. That is the only way. I mean, it is required either in this life or previous lives. That is required to accept Krishna's supreme authority. Otherwise, nobody will accept. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, later we will study, he says that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanamam Va Prapatyade Jnanavam Mam Prapatyade Vasudevam Sarvamidhi Samahatma Sudurlabha. He says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, after many births, Janmanam Ante, after many births, Jnanavama Prapatyade, one gets the knowledge that Vasudevam Sarvamidhi, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such devotees are very rare. So means it is very difficult, rare. This is the rarest of rare thing to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So that comes after Lord many births, that qualification we are getting. So somehow by Krishna's mercy we are all here. So anyway, Prabhupada mentions further that Krishna can however be known as the causeless, however be known as such by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee and by no other way. See, this is the important point. Krishna can be known by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee. So this is very important statement. It is mentioned, we already discussed about Guru Tattva also in one of the class, in the previous class, right? One of the previous session. That pure devotee mean it could be a guru in our life. So the role of guru and pure devotee is very important. And also today we are sitting here, it is because of some pure devotees in the past life have helped us, or because of their mercy we have got some credits, spiritual credits in our account. That is for sure. Because everything, the connection with Krishna happens through pure devotees. Always. This is a fact. We cannot establish our connection with Krishna directly. This is very important to understand. We have connection with Krishna by dormant. Dormant in the sense, by default we have connection, for sure. However, it is been contaminated now. We know that, right? That is why we are all in the material world. That is why we are still in the material world. Now, in order to revive our connection with Krishna, we cannot do it alone. We need a spiritual master. We need a pure devotee. So, that pure devotee could be a spiritual master, means a guru in our life. He is going to take us and reconnect with Krishna. That is what we discussed in the previous session regarding Guru Tattva, the role of Diksha Guru, the role of Shiksha Guru also in that, So, Diksha Guru is formally connecting one devotee to Krishna and guidance is given. So, the Diksha Guru functions as one who is initiating spiritual master or one who is giving Diksha. Diksha means formal connection with Krishna. And second, he is also acting as Shiksha Guru. He is giving instructions, he is giving guidance in our life. That's so Diksha Guru acts as both Diksha and Shiksha Guru. And there will be one Shiksha Guru also, maybe one or multiple Shiksha Gurus in our life who will be guiding us in this path. And the role of Shiksha Guru is also similar to Diksha Guru, but the difference is that the role is what? To connect us to Krishna, to take us to Krishna, or in the sense to inspire us to take shelter of Krishna. So that's the role of gurus basically. So Diksha Guru formally connects, Shiksha Guru connects informally because he is not taking the karmas of that disciple. But Diksha Guru is taking karma also. Diksha Guru's responsibility he is taking completely. In the sense he is responsible in front of Krishna. Because there is a formal process for initiation. We already discussed there is going to be yajna, fire sacrifice, so many things are there. We are chanting mantras, we are taking some vows in front of Guru and fire and Krishna. So that's a formal process there. So there the connection, there is a formal connection actually. But Shiksha Guru, for him or her, he is like informal, he is connecting to Krishna, but at the same time, not in a formal way. In the sense, there is no formal or some tapasya, or some processes for it. It is basically guidance and, inspiration. So, the point, but we need both. We need Diksha Guru, of course, and Shiksha Guru also, because Diksha Guru may have many disciples. And he will not be able to give attention to everybody on a day-to-day basis. So there comes the role of Shiksha Guru. He is going to be with us. On day-to-day basis, we can always approach and we can get the guidance. So the role of Shiksha Guru is very, very important in our life. Very, very important. Very, very important. So, and if you see our Guru Parampara system also, our Acharya Parampara, the more we are seeing Shiksha Gurus, more than Diksha Gurus in our line. And of course, Diksha Gurus are there, but mean to say, if you see the Parampara system, the connection, or we say this after this Guru, maybe we have so many photos also in our altar. I will explain that later on another day. So, we can say that this this Guru is the Diksha Guru of that the next Guru. We cannot say like that. Maybe it could be Shiksha connection also. So it could be Shiksha connection or Diksha connection. But there is a connection between a disciple and Guru. So what is the role is that Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Peech. So by the mercy of Krishna, Guru comes in our life. Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru or both. And by the mercy of that Guru, he or she is formally connecting to Krishna. He is connecting to Krishna, either through Shiksha or either through Diksha process, or both. So, Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Peech. So, by the mercy of Krishna, we get a Guru in our life, and by the mercy of Guru, we get Krishna. So, actually, we are getting Krishna because initially it is only just a mercy, and that mercy Krishna is giving to many. And if we are fortunate enough, we are catching that mercy. Means he is giving opportunity for everybody to have a Guru in their life. But not everybody is catching that mercy. Some are catching. Those who are catching, then they will follow the process, what is being mentioned by the Guru, and they will follow it. And then the Guru is connecting us to Krishna. So then we are actually going to get Krishna. Before it was only just a mercy, which was common to everybody. Now actually we have not got Krishna yet, but we will get through Guru. That is what Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lada Bij. So we can please Krishna only through accepting a Guru, or we can say, or we can, that formal or the connection to Krishna is being established by Guru. So the role of pure devotee is very, very much important in everybody's life. You see the example of Narada Muni. He is a pure devotee. Narada Muni had a Guru, that is Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva had a Guru, who is Brahmaji. Okay. And Brahmaji's Guru is Krishna directly. And when you come down also, you see Parikshit Maharaj in the Bhagavatam is getting instruction from Shukadeva Goswami. So we can see him as a Shiksha Guru. And you see anybody in scriptures. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he accepted a Guru in his life. When Krishna came, he accepted Sandipani Muni as his teacher also. He went to the ashram of Gurukul of Santipani Muni and learned so many things. Krishna and Balaram, both of them. So anybody. So you see, this is something which is inevitable. So that connects to, through pure devotee we are getting connected to Krishna. That is what here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. Okay. I will just do this 30th verse also before we conclude today. 30th verse. Dehi nityam avadyoyam. Someone please follow me.
Hare Krishna. Dehi nityam avadyoyam.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Tasmat sarvani bodhani.
Tasmat sarvani bhudani.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Natvam shojitum arhasi. Translation. O descendant of Bharata, who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. So now Krishna is saying that the soul that dwells in the body can never be killed. Avadya. So already Krishna has discussed this. So he is concluding the science of the soul now here, because he has already discussed about the soul in greater detail from verse number 11 onwards. Now he is concluding by saying that the soul which is present in the body can never be killed. O Arjuna, descendant of Bharata, therefore you need not lament for any living being. You don't worry about anything. You do your duty. So Prabhupada mentions the purport. Okay, so far, this has already been discussed. So far explained the science of the soul, which is Atma Jnana, to induce Arjuna to fight. So already Atma Jnana is nothing but the science of the soul, which already he has mentioned. So to produce steadiness in this knowledge, now Krishna is going to speak some other principles, speaks lesser principles that promise material benefits by performing actions with personal desires, which is Sakama Karma. So now he is going to speak. So he has given the Atma Jnana, means science of the soul. Now he is going to speak some intermittently. Now intermittently means from the verse number 31 to 37. He is intermittently speaking about Sakama Karma. Sakama Karma is something which is on the lower grade. Why? The reason is that Sakama means there is an Kama, or there is an expectation of the desire. There is some desires being expected by a person who is performing some duty or performing some karma. That is not very high class basically. Sakama karma is not very high class. But Krishna is giving different options, because remember, we have already discussed this chapter, 32nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita is basically the title itself is, if you see in the Bhagavad Gita book, that it is contents of the Gita summarized. Means many philosophies are there, many subjects are mentioned or discussed in the second chapter. So regarding the science of the soul, already discussed. Now he speaks about Sakama karma. Then he speaks about little bit of karma yoga, then more into bhakti yoga. So we'll see that gradual progression in the second chapter itself. And in elaborately we will study this separately in the coming chapters also. So Sakama karma is a basic thing. We will see tomorrow. Krishna willing, we'll continue with that from 31st verse. Okay. So thank you very much.